So, do y'all identify as geeks?
I identify as a geek. I don't go to the meetings. I haven't.
The meeting.
He got that out like straight up the bat. Like, I don't go to the meetings. I have a question.
Yes.
Can one clarify the criteria of geekdom?
Geek is basically an extreme passion about something.
Precisely.
And nerd is an extreme knowledge about something.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
What do you think you geek out about the most?
I remember when it first premiered and thinking like, this is for me. This channel is meant for me to watch.
This is my essence. This is film.
Yeah.
This is art.
Yeah, it was just. When I first went to cons, actually, I used to go by myself because I didn't have a group to go with. So like my mom would drop me off and she'd be like, how much is it to get in? She'd give me like that plus $20 so I could buy some food because I wasn't going to buy anything else. I just wanted to like be around people. I didn't buy paraphernalia when I was younger. I just wanted to be around people who like, if I said Star Trek, they wanted to talk about it. If I said, oh, I read like Wheel of Time, they knew what I was talking about. Like, I loved that. And I just needed to be around people who I didn't feel quite as different from because I was also a very nerdy kid. And so cons gave me that space. And it was still sort of othering, once again, being a Black female. But on some level, like, it was still better than being around people who had no idea what I was talking about or where I was coming from. And then, like, as I got older, I could find friends who were more into it. And also I was just more outspoken about it because then it became easier to access, you know? So yeah, that was nice.
Wait, you talking about San Diego Comic-Con?
No, so I actually started out first going to Houston, Comic Cons in Houston. Then I started going to anime conventions. Then I started going to New York Comic Con. Now I do Penny Arcade, gaming conventions. And I have a couple other ones on my list that I'm trying to mark down.
Have you been to the San Diego Comic Con?
I have not. So originally my goal was to never attend San Diego Comic Con or to work it because I wanted to always be invited.
To be invited.
I always wanted to be invited.
So we got to be invited before you go.
Is that still the case?
I still want to be invited, but I probably wouldn't. I don't know. Attending is fun in its own way, but I always wanted to be invited to San Diego.
And invited by who?
Like San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah, so like they'll have like panels and they'll be like, oh, you should speak on this.
That's what
right.
I didn't know if you meant like as just an attendee or as like a panelist.
No, it's somebody like I got an opinion, I have a lot to say, and like people should listen to me and we should talk about it.
Manifestation.
Like, I love that. Yeah, and like I feel that like slowly as the community starts realizing that there are minority groups out there and like we have different needs in our sci-fi. Do you know what I mean? Like that idea of, yeah, sure, you want to talk about the world being a better place in the future, but everybody's still white. Like that's not realistic. And like I'm happy to say that the new Star Trek Discovery is actually speaking directly to that. They have a gay character. The two leads are women of color. Like they're actually speaking to what the future is supposed to be when it comes to sci-fi. That it is a better place. But like fantasy still has a lot of ground to cover. If you watch Game of Thrones, you notice everybody who's good is white and everybody who's like the strong fighters are predominantly people of color. That's an issue. The portrayal of women, still an issue. Ableism is still an issue. Like there's a lot of things that the community as a whole still needs to work on, and you see that reflected in cons, but there are some that are trying to do better. You have Flame Con, you have Gamer X Con, like they're slowly getting out there, and just as like those minority groups get more outspoken, you see that diversity playing out.
Nice. Go Leia.
Go Leia. I'm really passionate about it. So wait, I just have to ask, out of like the comic book films that you saw when you were younger, which one did you like the most? I know the first one that really clicked for me.
When I was younger, it was Superman 2.
Superman 2. Yeah. Okay.
Superman 2.
Okay.
Superman 2, and then when the first Batman came out, I really love Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one in a really long time.
Yeah.
And then there's the first Ninja Turtles movie.
I actually just watched that like 2 months ago because it was on the television.
I had the VHS tape of it, and there's a Peace Out commercial. First of all, there's a Peace Out commercial that comes on right before the Turtles movie, and it's VHS, so you can like they had actual commercials, and you had to watch the commercial because it was like, why am I fast forwarding through 30 seconds?
Yeah.
But it's a Peace Out commercial, And then, but they ate Domino's in the movies, which was weird.
Oh.
Maybe they were sponsored by both.
But they had, okay, maybe. But anyway,
I can't remember actually.
there's a Pizza Hut commercial, and I still know the words to the song to this day.
Do it.
From the Pizza Hut
Do it.
commercial.
I feel like you should do it as well.
Yes, please.
But it's a copyright though.
No, it's not.
Yellow
It's not. It's
copyright.
fine.
We'll
It's
figure it
fine.
out.
It's fine. Just do it.
I'll set up the story. It's a little kid. It's a baseball game.
Okay.
Okay.
The little kid is in the outfield. He kind of kicking around like he's not really involved.
Okay.
And then the song goes off in the distance. The game's dragging on. There's strikes on the batter. The runners are on. And then you hear the click of the bat.
Oh, yeah.
And then he says, suddenly everyone's looking at me. Something wondering what could it be. They point to the sky and I look up above and a baseball falls into my glove. I play right field. It's important to know you gotta know how to catch. You gotta know how to throw. That's why I play in right field, way up where the dandelions grow.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yay!
Making it great, because that was a Pizza Hut.
Slogan.
I
slogan.
don't understand how you got from like a sweet song about right field and then
To pizza, right, I don't-
But you know what?
But no,
It
because
put me in a positive mood, so I would eat pizza.
Yes.
But after the game, and
'Cause-
they all cheered him, and then they went to Pizza Hut.
Got it.
Oh,
Okay. Got
Okay. Okay, that
That was adorable.
that.
But
Okay.
anyway, so that's how much I watched Ninja Turtles. Is that I'm 30 plus years old, and I saw
You
that
still
when
got
I still had that song in my head.
That's amazing.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely what happens. See how those things.
What was it for you?
It was Star Trek.
The television show Star Trek.
Yeah, because the first Star Trek I really watched back to back was TNG. So the enter that card says, that was the first thing I actually remember like memorizing with the correct words, because I love to make up words to songs. So memorizing with the correct words was the Star Trek intro.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I like even now I still know it, but of course I do. Like you don't forget something that's like that iconic.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Star Trek. I don't know. My mom loves.
Right, because she's amazing. I don't
Star Trek.
understand.
She loves it.
Yes.
And when we were children, we wanted to watch like the A-Team or something else
18 was cool,
other than Star Trek.
but not as cool as Star Trek.
But we had to sit and
'Cause she
watch
wanted
her
you to be
watch.
smart children.
We didn't even watch.
Do you
that.
like
We watched
Star
her
Trek
watch
now?
Star Trek.
No,
I
he
watched
doesn't fully appreciate
So
it.
maybe
Let me
that's
speak
why.
for him.
No, I watched. I watched the new the good ones, the
No,
J.J.
he
Abrams
doesn't
ones.
fully appreciate Star Trek.
I love those.
So that's
Those
our
are great.
show. Let's end this on a positive note while we're still getting along. We're going to save sibling debate
Those are
for
great.
another day.
I never got into the Next Generation. I'm not saying it's bad. I just never watched it. I did watch the J.J. Abrams movies, and they're
So,
great.
all right, that's our show. Thanks for joining us as we talked about geekdom and geek culture and growing up geek.
And growing up geek.
So what are you geeky about, whether it fits into the stereotypical idea of something in the genres and pop culture, or if it's just something like painting or fashion or interior design, or even makeup. You know what? I think you should be geeky about makeup as well, although that's
Microphones, if you're geeky about microphones.
Are you geeky
there are
about
different
microphones?
types.
Seriously?
Yeah.
There are different types of microphones.
Yeah, there are.
And headphones too, actually, while we're at it. So share what your geekiness is. We'd love to hear it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And share.
And
That's
share,
right.
and subscribe.
share. That's right. All right.
Bye.
Thanks for the chat.